with two school Andy, with two school-age children. I have an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. We're pretty busy. If you know my story, it's kind of a long one, so we won't get into it. But anyways, I'm a single mama, raising 2 kids, have 2 fur babies, and I'm coming to you to talk about business builders. If you know me, you know that for a long time I was known as the mini binder girl. I love mini binders. I've since changed, but I love organization in my business, in my home, just sort of all the things. And so I was using binders up until recently. I have switched to a one planner business. So everything is in this planner. And what I'm about to say might not work for you, but something along these lines may work for you. You may be a digital person, you may be a paper and pen person, whatever it is, you kind of have to find your niche. I tried to do digital and I tried to get rid of my binders and it didn't work. And it took me a few months to realize that it wasn't working, and that's okay. I realized that it wasn't working. And so I shifted gears. So now everything I have now, mind you, this is the first year I've gone big. Normally I use a classic size. I went big, happy planner, and basically gutted the whole thing. So I just ordered the big so that I would have the tabs. And so I would have the rings, even though I'll replace those as well. And then I kept the calendar spread, and that's it. Everything else I removed from the planner and filled it with my own stuff. And we'll be able to share this link. It has been shared in other places, but I can post it somewhere so you guys have it. So basically, I'm using this for everything in my business. I want to be able to carry this with me everywhere and have it wherever we go, because I am a busy mom taking care of 2 kids. And it's just easier to be able to have everything accessible whenever I need it. So I'm just going to quickly walk you guys through this. Again, you can make your own. You could use something different. So sorry about the dog. My son's about to walk in the door, I think. Can you guys hear me okay? Like, is the dog like, okay. So the first page is like my numbers. Orville said years ago to track your daily numbers, no matter what level you're at. It's just something good to do to see where you are year over year. I have an alarm set every day for 10 p.m. And I'll just take a screenshot that night and then I'll fill it in later. So I don't have to be right around this if I'm not. And then I just have those numbers in there and I'll fill it in when I get a chance. The next thing I've been doing is a daily habit tracker. When I share this, I'll share it blank so you can change whatever you want in it. But it basically is just 5 habits that I want to make sure I'm doing every day, which is recording my numbers, checking to see what new teamies have joined our team so I can get them in our project broadcast, in my project broadcast welcome. I just lost my train of thought. I wish my son would hurry up and get in the door. Okay, no, he's not. Like my onboarding, and then I have check emails. Hi, update Linktree and my Rebrandly, make sure I've got all my stuff going on in there. And then making sure that every night I am closing my kitchen to open in the morning. It's just something that I've been doing to help my anxiety and just my being overwhelmed. We have a lot going on. My kids are in sports and we have school, and then we have homework, and then we have to go to these sports, and we have to come home. And like right now, my son's going to come upstairs. So he's going to go shower, and then he's going to get to eat dinner at 9:30 at night. Like, these are the crazy things. Just go get right in the shower, son, please. Okay, go ahead. And so at night, every night, I make sure I close my kitchen, I close my living room, I close my house basically to where when I come out in the morning, I'm opening it and it's clean. Everything is put away. Everything's ready to go to get my kids off to school. And then I can start my day just fine. So like, I'm making sure I'm doing this every day because it also helps my mental health. It's just something that makes me feel better. And then I don't come down to a mess and I'm not stressed about it because like clutter, it makes my brain feel cluttered. So I don't like that feeling. This is just something I've been really working on to make sure I do. Then I have monthly tasks just because, again, my brain cannot just hold all this stuff in. So I made my own checklist. This is just something that I need to make sure, like, I don't even have to check off everything on this list every month, you guys. It's just that I know, like, okay, these are the things I can do or I might want to do. I don't have to do them, but these are the things I would like to do. And so it's on paper, it's there for me to see. So it's not jumbled in my brain. And then I'm feeling overwhelmed about a lot of things. And then I have, so for my group, I have been doing $1,000 holla boxes. So I just have like a checklist for this. That's just again in my brain. And then I have a whole VIP group just set up. This is sort of like if I scheduled posts, stuff like that. It might be a little overkill, but again, it's getting it out of my head and onto paper, whether I utilize it or not, it's on paper. So I'm not stressed about it being up here. Then I just created some docs for me to help with like happy mail and stuff like that. And so I can reach out to these customers. This is sort of like my follow-up system, but much more simplified. It's just an order tracker, date, type, name, any notes I may have. Did I send them a text message? Did I call them? Did I send an email saying thank you? Like, hey, saw your order, love what you got. Thank you so much. Super simple, nothing crazy. I just want to thank you. And then I'm just sort of following it. Did it get shipped? Did it deliver? Did I send a mailer? Okay. And like, it's just that way I see it in one place. I can move these if I have to. Obviously, if you don't know about the Happy Planner, all these pages just come out super simple and you can move them around. That's just best for me. You could easily use a hole punch. You could use a binder. You could use whatever you want. I also made a consultant promotion tracker. This just helps me keep track of my teamies that are promoting and making sure like, did I make an image or did I shout them out? Because I want them to know like super proud of them, but I need to have it somewhere where I know. So like I take a lot of notes. I used to put a lot of things on sticky notes, on Post-it notes, and they got lost. So that's again, all in one place. Are you making checklists? Something you create each month is a wipe off daily. It's just it's just a checklist that I've printed for the whole month. And like, I keep it the same, but I could always edit. It's just a Word document, but I do have it in my Google Drive that I can share with you guys. This has been crucial for my business. This is a customer interest form. So when I've been doing parties, like all last year, I did a lot of online parties, like many people did. And at the end of my party, before we would do my prize wheel, I would walk through my home and show them my warmer, show them my decor. Son, please go get in the shower and use a loofah. Oh my God, his legs are mud from knees to ankles and he's showing me like half naked standing in front of me. Okay, I don't know what's taking so long. Anywho, so in the midst of me walking through my home, in my daughter's room, for example, I have the Cinderella carriage warmer. I cannot tell you how many people were like, I need that warmer whenever it comes back. Well, guess what? I have no idea who said that. I don't know where I wrote it down. I don't even know if I wrote it down. And if I did, I probably threw it away. I'm not going to lie. So now this is perfect. I put, if Jane wants the Cinderella warmer, that's all I'm going to write here. And then I'm just going to move it month to month. So then I can go back and say, oh, I have all these people that want this Cinderella warmer. And then I can cross it out, follow up. Oh, this person loves Harry Potter. Oh, they missed the pre-order, whatever the case may be. Now I have it on paper. I can't lose it because that's what's going to happen. Like, that's what happened. And I can't tell you how many people wanted that warmer. So yeah. Also, incentive tracker. This is again, just for teamies when they earn a level of the incentive. I'm just marking it down. I know we have access to it on our workstations and whatnot, but I need to have it here. So I know like, hey, I've shouted them out, or hey, I've reached out to them, whatever the case may be, it's on paper. Again, anything to get it out of my head and onto paper. And that's it. I also created my own order forms. So I'll just show you. And I split them in twos. It's basically just our order form, but to my liking and for my brain. So just like this. And then I keep that in here as well. It's just easy for me to jot it down and then I have it and then I can place my orders instead of, I mean, I have order forms everywhere, but this is just what works for me. I can definitely share the order form, not a problem. And so this has been a game changer. I started this at the beginning of summer and now this is all I have to worry about carrying with me. I don't have to worry about a follow-up binder. I don't have to worry about my team binder. I don't have to worry about this, that, or the other thing, because everything else is either going in here or just like on my notebook right next to it. Like it's simple, but for the most part, everything is in one place and I don't have to stress about 43 different things. My brain knows like this is my Scentsy Bible, like this is my lifeline. And I didn't print out everything because I know maybe come January, some things may change in my business and I'm going to want to edit some things. Easily can do that because I'm printing everything from home. I'm punching it at home and I have everything right here. So I think that's it. I will definitely share this with you guys. Actually, probably share it in this message right now, and then I could share it for the other leaders to share out. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I think I was pretty fast as well. I don't even know, but Andy was quick, so I was quick. So yeah, I'm excited for all you guys. And then who is after me? Hold on, I had it up just a second ago, of course.
Andy.
Oh, Candy, you are? Okay, perfect. Oh, well, the amazing Candy. She's awesome. She needs no introduction. She's amazing. Look at how gorgeous she looks tonight. I'm like, oh, hey, here I am. Candy is going to tell you some great stuff right now. I'm super excited. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Megan. So, Megan is the organization queen. So you just got probably hours and hours of work in 10 minutes that will change your business if you let it. Okay. So thank you so much again, Megan. So a couple interesting things that sort of leads me into what I want to talk about today. First, one of the things that I was going to say, Maggie actually said in the comments, and I saw so many people resonating with it. And it's something that Jen Hatmaker actually posted about last year. And she said that she likes to do her morning self a favor. So I really loved that idea. It's like the idea of self-love, but of your future self. So do something today that your future self is going to, it's going to make their life easier, right? And so many of you said that, and because you said it helped with your anxiety, it helped with your focus, it helped with all these things. And so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So, you don't have, this is rhetorical, so you don't have to raise your hand, but who feels overwhelmed right now in their life, right? Who doesn't really know what to do next? There's a lot of things to do, and we're being pulled in so many different directions, right? And who feels like just their life in so many different directions. We all sort of feel that way. And it's because we've had really so much going on over the last year and a half, and it's been really hard for us. And so focus has become even more difficult than it's ever been before. And on top of that, we now have this exponential list of LTOs that are always dropping. We've got new licensing agreements. We've got all these wonderful, amazing things, but we didn't duplicate ourselves. We didn't all of a sudden all get assistance or necessarily all start making double the amount of income. So we're being spread really thin. So I'm going to talk to you about this idea of this anchor business plan that will help you sort of not only focus, but also release guilt. So I think that is something that we all probably struggle with quite a bit. So we're going to talk about that. So what I'm going to be talking about, you can call it a business plan if you want. You can call it an anchor plan. But the idea is that you're going to have a plan for every aspect of your business so that it helps the squirrel syndrome. So I'm going to go through some examples with you first, but I'm going to give you 5 steps that I want you to do, okay? The first one is I want you to sort of write yourself a mission statement for your season. I would do 6 months, August to January. It's incentive season. It's nice, clean, easy. Write that mission statement. What does that season look like for you? What is it that you want to focus on? Where is it where you want to be in 6 months? I also listened to a podcast from Trent Shelton yesterday, and I loved what he said, that instead of thinking about where do you want to be in 6 months from now, you think about, okay, in 6 months from now, if you're still in the exact same place, how will that make you feel? Like, what would you say to that person right now if in 6 months you're in the exact same place? You didn't do what you said you would do. Mission statement. You didn't recruit, you didn't earn that trip, you didn't do the things. And it's a lot of it comes down to the planning. So if we don't plan, then our day plans for us. We have to put those things in a priority. And then one other reference point that I want to make that I reference all the time is the book by Roy Vaden called Procrastinating on Purpose, one of my very favorites. And it's Trent Shelton. He's fantastic podcast. It's Procrastinating on Purpose, Roy Vaden. And he says that for every season, we have all these things that we want to focus on in our lives. It may be faith, business, personal, or health, or whatever. We never have more time, but we're going to shift those. So we procrastinate things on purpose. So this might be your season that you're focusing on your business. And so that's going to go to the top. So something else is going to have to move down. If you say yes to this, something else is going to have to say a no. And so once you know that ahead of time, then it helps again that, you know what, actually, I let my family know, family, this next 6 months, I'm running a trip to Alaska. And so there's going to be some sacrifices. You're going to do these things. I'm going to be doing some office time on Tuesday nights, whatever. So there's a plan. Okay. So creating a mission statement is the very first thing you want to do. 6 months will look like. Okay. And talk to yourself as if you 6 months in the future from now. The next is you're going to create some specific goals. The goals are going to be things like that are in our 3 legs, right? We want to have some goals about your recruiting, about your sales, about your partying. What are those goals? I want you to write those down. And then number 3 is you're going to create this business plan. I'll talk to you about in just a second. And then after that, number 4, we're going to transfer all of this to the calendar. Okay. All right. So let me talk about the plan finally that I've been keep mentioning. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to have this plan, and I'm going to give you this document so it gives you something to start from. And it's going to say like customer facing. So for example, customer mailings. You're going to write on your list here on your plan, what are you going to do customer mailings for? When are you going to do those? How are you going to do those, and what the budget is? The idea is that once you have that written down, then when you see a really good idea for somebody who bought these sponges and cut them up and did all these things, instead of you like running on Amazon and buying, and that made you feel like you actually did something for the day. Instead of that, you're like, okay, nope, got to go to my business plan. Nope, my business plan says that's not what I'm doing. Helps you release the guilt. It helps you to stay on budget. It helps you to keep focused on what you want to do. Because, how many times do y'all do this? I bought these like 3 years ago. Somebody posted, said how great of an idea it was. Here they are, still sitting around here. And it makes you're doing stuff and you're really not. So this helps you to focus. Another idea, yes, it will be posted. Another idea on customer facing will be the sample funnel. So you want to have a plan for what that looks like. What are you sampling out? When are you giving them? How are you following up? And what additional supplies are authorized, right? Again, it's the idea of like, oh, I'm going to buy that because somebody posted it. Are you really going to do anything with that? Maybe not. And if you have it in the plan, you can't do it. Okay. You got to stick to your plan. And this also helps you to not waste your time and waste your money on things that you're doing. So if you're making samples, that's fine. That's great. But we all know you have to get that information back. So write it down. How are you going to do that? And then you stick to it. The other thing on customer facing is personal crates or mystery bags. There's so many of you that see those and like immediately get that guilty feeling. I can't do that. And then you go in the squirrel path of like, okay, I got to learn Canva. I got to buy these things. I got to buy this. I got to do this. And all of a sudden you stop doing the things that were already working in your business that you were good at. And you started doing this other thing. So decide right now with this business plan, am I doing crates at all? This is like a personal whiff box. Am I doing those? Am I doing mystery bags? Write that down. And if the answer is no, then let that be the freeing bless and release for you to look at that idea and say, that is great for them. But you know what? I can't do it. It's not on my plan. And let that bless and release from your life. Okay, another one for customer facing is Senti Club Funnel. We all know Maggie on the call, fantastic with Club. Katie, I know, really focused on Club. Any SSD leader here is probably going to be focused on Club. But what does that funnel look like to you? So when you get them into Club, are you giving them thank you gifts? Are you following up with them in some sort of way? What is it that you're doing so that you have that in a plan? So again, I'm going to give you this whole document, and there's some more things on here. The beauty is that you can add whatever it is that you want that makes it easy for you. And then the other thing you can put on here is for your team and your group. There's always so many good ideas, especially if you're a leader here, if you're director and above, you're going to see on the share page so many ideas for what people do. And the thing to remember is not all the directors or leaders are not doing all of these things, right? We think of all of these amazing things that it's this one bionic consultant that's doing all of them well. That's not true, right? We are comparing ourselves against the impossible. So again, put it down on paper so that you can focus on what's important, what you're good at, what you have the materials and the supplies and the capacity for. For your team and group, what things are you going to do recognition for? And that's for consistency. And that helps you to start also creating some consistencies. If you decide, okay, yes, I'm going to do birthdays every month, committed to doing that, then create one graphic. That's the one that we use. If you are committed to saying welcome to every single person, then create one welcome graphic with the text that you want them to know or the tips that you want them to know, and use that every time so that you have some consistencies there. Okay, so again, I'm going to share this so that you can use it as sort of your foundation, and then you can add to it. And things that you might add to it is the things that Megan was talking about. She was talking about personal. Maybe there's some daily habits that you want to make sure that you have on your plan. So whatever it is that you want to make sure that you're coming back to, put it on this one piece of paper, and that's your reference point. Then you want to make sure you put that somewhere where you see it, because out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so after you create this plan, you're creating those goals and your mission statement, then you get to transfer it to your calendar. That is whenever all of this sort of comes into play and all the puzzle pieces make some sense. You're like, okay, I said in my mission statement that I wanted to promote to director, and to promote to director, that was going to take me focusing on my team. And that was going to take me focusing on getting 2 recruits a month and 2,000 in sales. Does that line up with my action plan, with my business plan here? Under that team section, under the sales section. So now let's put it on the calendar. If I said I'm doing 2 recruits a month, then let's get that on the calendar and hey, this Sunday, like you've got to get a recruit this month or this week. So get really specific with those goals so that it helps your brain do some of that work for you while behind the scenes. Because we know that if we say it out loud, if we tell our brain something, it's going to do its very best to make that true, even if it's negative things and if it's positive things, and if it's what if it's what we're focusing on. And it's amazing how we can put those things into our brains and let that permeate and let our brains do a little bit of that work for us, and be really powerful. So yes, claim it, speak into existence. Okay, so I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. 7:35, 7:50, I think was when Steinberg's supposed to come on. So we're still just a little bit early, which is kind of crazy for this crew because we really like talking, but we wanted to be super full and mindful of your time and give you some good stuff. So I don't know what happened, but stay safe, Tiffany. I can just see the comments. I don't know what's going on. Tornado warning. Oh, yes, definitely. I live in Oklahoma, so I completely understand that happens. So, yes, yes, I will share this for you. Next, we are going to hear from the incredible Christina Stainbrook. She does not need any sort of introduction because her name just speaks for herself. She's the graphics queen, and she is one of those that I feel like in this business, it has the most wisdom. She can turn any situation into a positive. She's an Enneagram 9, so she can see both sides of every situation, and is just the absolute perfect person for you to hear from right now. So without further ado, let me let you have Christina Stainbrook all to yourselves. All right, Christina, hopefully you're there.
I am, no pressure. Yeah, my fatal flaw is that I agree with everyone at all times. It's really hard. I see perspective at all times, but I love to analyze things, and I love to learn. Always, I love to learn, and I love to get to know things and dig deep. And I get to talk to you guys about cutting the fluff out of your business, which I think is really, really fun because it does make you dig deep. Hi, Eliza. You can say hi, but you need to go away. I love you.
Bye-bye. Hi, bye-bye. Hi.
Okay, bye. Not you. Not you. You're too big and crazy. Please shut my door.
Mm.
I love you though. Sorry. It's just mom life. So it's right at bedtime here. We are going to talk about cutting the fluff in your business, which does take a little bit of a deep dive, analyzing the stuff that is going on, and the things you do day to day and what they're doing for you back, right? So I guess what does fluff mean, right? Like, what is the fluff in our business? And I think I want to give you some context for what fluff is and if fluff matters to you. And I think it goes really well with what Candy was talking about, because once you know your business plan, you kind of know where you're heading. And when Andy was kind of talking about the kinds of breakdowns that you need based on the goals you have and what you're aiming for in your business, you know exactly where you're heading. You know the things that are required of you and what you need to be doing. The fluff is all of the things that are not really getting you any closer to that. And the fluff is different for every person. Similar to what Candy said, the fluff for some people is with boxes where it may not be for others, right? The fluff for some people is samples where it may not be for others. It really depends on what you're doing with those items and how you run your business in those different ways. So I'll talk about that a little bit as well. But I want to tell you a little bit about, like, I'm sorry, I'm on a medication that gives me really bad brain fog and makes me really, I trip on words really bad, and I have confusion issues with my medicine, so I apologize. I get really distracted easily as well. So, so if you are aiming for really, really big stuff, you're going to have to cut more fluff, because you have to focus a lot more on your income producing activities, which are the opposite activities of fluffy, feel good activities, right? And the other stuff, fluffy stuff, would be like, I don't know. I was actually doing a lot of fluffy stuff just now. I like to lift my computer up and hope that people can see behind me, and they can't. I almost did it again and it wasn't going to work. But like, my Cricut is out right now, and I was making t-shirts and I was making mugs for some friends, and I was making all kinds of really fun stuff tonight. That was pretty fluffy. But I did it after I did my income producing stuff, and I invoiced a bunch of customers, and I got a bunch of sales today. So I was like, okay, I have some time to do some fluff. So Jennifer Anderson, I think, was calling it, you eat your dessert last, you don't eat your dessert first. So I didn't do all my Cricut stuff first. I didn't do all my crafty stuff first, or my hobby stuff first. I made sure to work my business first and do my income producing stuff first. And the income producing stuff in your business are the things that go along with the 3 core things that have to happen in your business for it to be a business. And I always tell people that, you know, your Scentsy business is made up of, first of all, selling Scentsy products. So if you don't like selling Scentsy products, that's your first clue that we need to have a different kind of conversation. That is the first thing you need to be focusing on in your business. Second is probably booking some parties and of some kind, if that's the way you're running your business, or booking some sort of a mass way of getting orders, being creative in ways to garner bulk orders or bulk referrals is what I kind of transition parties into, are just like events that you can mark as like, this is what I did to get this many leads at once, whether that was a home party, basket party, online party, catalog mail out, referral thing, form fill out, sample mail out, whatever you did to get a bulk order placed, car kits, a 6-pack of wax thing that you made up. They're all blue. Everyone likes blue wax. Please order these, and say you got 10 of them. That would be a bulk order thing. Whatever you're doing to do bulk orders is that second thing. And then your like recruiting, obviously, is your other part. And then your follow-up that has to happen. So those are your core behaviors that have to happen as a Scentsy consultant, Scentsy business owner. Those are your meat and potatoes. Those just have to happen. If you want a Scentsy business, those are the things that have to happen. You have to be selling Scentsy, telling other people about it. You have to be adding people to your team if you really want a huge business. You have to be meeting new people, period, or else your business is gonna die. You're not going to be able to sustain a business with the people that you knew the second you joined. You're going to have to find ways to meet new people constantly, no matter what. Even if you never recruit a single person and your goal is to have a hobby level business, your hobby level business is still going to die if you don't meet new people. So you have to constantly be willing to meet new people. If you're not willing to do any of those things, you can do all of the fluff you want. But if you want to run a Scentsy business, we have to learn how to get rid of the fluff and focus on the IPAs, which are income producing activities, as often as possible to make sure our business is going really well. Hold on, I have to take a drink. My mouth is sticking together. There's no cute way to do that. My medicine also makes my mouth stick together. Yay. Okay, so the biggest thing I want you to know though is if you get stuck doing only income producing activities and you cut out all of the fluff, I think we know exactly what's going to happen. Is we're no longer going to love our businesses. We're going to hate everything we do. We are going to burn out so fast, and we are going to keep probably picking up things that we don't really want to be doing. We're going to do things like Candy said, or we're going to see someone doing whip boxes and we're going to be really extra hungry for more PRV. We're going to be like, that's how I'm going to get it. And we're going to take on every single idea because all we're focused on is more PRV, more PRV, more PRV. And we forget to stop and have fun once in a while. And so it's really important that not only do you focus on income producing activities, but you simplify what those are going to be in your business. Focus on a few income producing activities that are authentic to who you are, that work for you. Like Candy said, if it's something you're not doing, get rid of it and stop feeling guilty about it. It's okay for someone to be doing something you're not, for it to work for them, and for you not even to try it sometimes, especially if you have something that's working for you. But to find something that works for you, that feels real to you, and that you have fun doing. And you are able to have fun doing income producing activities. So if you are focusing on PRV and you are focusing on sponsoring people and you are focusing on meeting new people, but you're having zero fun doing it, it's very likely that you are copying someone else's methods exactly, and you have not dared to be creative yet in your own business to find your own way of doing it. And you haven't either changed their system to fit your own style, or you haven't tried changing their script to match your personality, or you haven't taken a break to actually analyze if it's even matching your goals in your business, like Candy was talking about. So make sure that you're having fun doing it. But I want to talk to you about what some of the fluff looks like that we think is income producing. Sometimes samples are fluff. It depends on what you do with it after. I know people on my team that have closets full of samples and drawers full of samples that never go anywhere. And then I catch them making more and more samples, and then they'll make cuter samples. And then they're in every single group about samples that you can find. And they buy everything in the success store, but they don't sell anything every month, which is an indicator that they are not passing out their samples. They are not talking to people. They're not following up if they are passing out the samples. And this is probably just a really quick interjection. Don't pass out a sample and get nothing in return. The sample's not really a gift. The sample is a thank you for something you got from someone. Get their information and give them a sample in return. You're not just giving out free samples. You're giving out thank yous for something they gave you. That's what a sample is. It's not for free. You can call it a free sample, but you know you're getting something from them first, and that's their information. So that's what a sample is for. It is not free. You give nothing out for free in this business. You don't even give out free catalogs. A catalog is a thank you for them giving you their information first. Do not give anything out for free in your business. You get something in return. It's contact information. It's an answer to a question. Like you guys know, my favorite question is scale of 1 to 10. How interested are you in having an online Facebook party? Scale of 1 to 10. How interested are you making a little extra money with doing some Scentsy stuff? They answer those 2 questions, I'll send you a sample. Answer those 2 questions, I'll send you a catalog. Easy. Nothing is for free. Make them work for you. Make sure that they are working for you. They're not fluff if they're working for you. If you're making them earn you money, earning you leads, making them meet new people for you. The other thing that is often fluff in our business is our team. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, but sometimes we get to a point in our team, in our businesses, where in the beginning, it's really fun and everyone's working really hard and we're all hitting our goals and we're having a lot of fun. And then for some reason, things slow down and people get comfortable with each other. And then when they get comfortable with each other, they start fighting and bickering and there's drama, and then they suck you into the drama. And then somehow your job title changes from that one lady who sells wax and encourages her team and cheers them on to the lady that fixes everyone's marriages and has to go pick them up for work every day. Like, you need to make sure that you set extremely tight boundaries in your business early on, if you haven't yet, or set them now, because sometimes our team becomes fluff when we think that we're just trying to be good leaders. But a good leader is not someone who's constantly being taken advantage of, abused, or shifted into positions that were not what you signed up for. You are meant to lead them into success in their Scentsy business. Success in their life is their choice. You can lead them that way by example and by sharing resources. But the second you start becoming someone's therapist and counselor, but you are not their friend, try to shift hats and make sure that you're not filling hours and hours of your life with that stuff, especially when you are brand new. It's very hard to do that. But if you start doing it when you have a team of 10 and then you have a team of 1,000 and you hadn't set that boundary yet, you're going to burn out so fast, and you're going to hate your business, and it's going to have nothing to do with what you actually sell. It's going to have nothing to do with Scentsy, but it's going to have everything to do with the situation you got yourself in and the team culture that happened without you meaning for it to. So make sure that you set boundaries when it comes to the fluff that your team brings to you. Set boundaries with the amount of time you spend doing that, because that is not income producing whatsoever. There are certain team activities that are income producing, like your coaching calls, your trainings that you do with them, your team hangouts, your socializations, your retreats and stuff. Those can eventually be income producing if you have the right focus. But a lot of that stuff is not. And I do find some of my early leaders spending 90 to 100% of their time solving personal problems of their teammates who sell $0 a month, 0% income producing. And I know it comes from a genuine place, but that just has to come, that has to be a real conversation that you have with yourself going, what were my goals in my business? It wasn't to be a therapist. And a lot of times that takes place of them doing their income producing activities. You have to go back to where Candy was telling you, does this fit in my business plan? This doesn't fit my business plan. You got to cut out the fluff. And those are extremely hard lines to draw. But the second you do, and you don't let them get crossed, they're respected. But you know what you're really doing is you're giving them permission to draw those lines when they become leaders. And that is the biggest gift you can give them, is the permission to do the same thing when they become leaders. Because if they don't know how to do it, they're going to keep doing it. And then they're going to resent you for not leading your business that way from the start. So make sure you go ahead and draw those lines so that they know that they have permission to, because you're going to create a cascade effect of people leading their businesses the right way so that they have the right family life balance. Because a lot of times when we cut out the fluff of our businesses, which includes all of the crazy stuff our teams bring us and all the crazy stuff we fill our time with, we get so much more time with our families, and we get so much more time with the things that were our real why for why we work our business. So whatever the reason is that you sell Scentsy, whatever the reason is that you get up and you tell someone about Scentsy that day, the reason that you get psyched about LTOs, I know it's because they're cute, but there's also a reason that is connected to your heart that makes you do that. And when you start setting boundaries in your business and you stop doing a lot of the fluff in your business, you have way more time with those things, and you're going to be so much happier in the long run, and you're going to burn out way less when you're spending your time with your why and not your fluff. Hopefully that helps. I don't know who's after, but I love you all and stuff. I don't know if that was going to hear it. There you go.
I'm after. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. Christina, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
I can say thumbs up. I don't know who's talking. Is it April?
It's April.
April.
I'm next. Coming live from my car at the end of my driveway because I live in the woods and, you know, it's bad signal. So I guess I should introduce myself. My name is April Nyman, Superstar Director of the A-Team. I have been, I just had my 10-year anniversary, which is crazy. I feel like an old Scentsy lady now. Sorry, I'm gonna switch my screen. I am going to talk about onboarding new team members. You guys, we are sitting on a gold mine right now. Scentsy gifted us with a big purple sparkly bow this amazing join special. So for the rest of this month, how many ever days that is, like a week or so, if there's nothing else that you're doing, I want you to every day be sharing with every single person that you know, every person that you meet at the gas station, every person that you pass by at the grocery store. You need to be sharing this join special with them, okay? New team members are the lifeblood of your business for long-term growth, okay? I know that we have some brand new consultants on this call tonight and some seasoned, some of you guys that have already grown teams. If you're brand new or if you're struggling with recruiting, do not be afraid of recruiting your best customers. Your best customers, their best customers, your sister's best friend. That's going to be the long-term growth of your business, okay? Sales can only get you so far. Sales and parties are so important because that is what grows your contacts. The people that you're selling to, the people who are hosting parties, those are your team members, your future team members. So it's super important to sell, and it's super important to make new contacts to sell to, right? But long-term plan is you're going to recruit all those people, and then you're going to go find more new people to sell to. Don't be afraid to recruit your best customers because you're worried where your PRV is going to come from. Okay. That's one of the biggest things that I see people get hung up on. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to recruit that person. They order $400 in Scentsy every month. If I recruit them on my team, where's all my PRV going to come from? You'll find more PRV. That wasn't even on my list, but I just wanted to throw that out there because that's something that I see a lot of my new team members get caught up on. and it really just holds you back. So you have a new team member, now what? So new team members are so important. They keep the excitement up, okay, on your team for you. Every time I get a new team member, it's like I'm starting Scentsy all over again, okay? It's like that breath of fresh air, not hair. Seeing it through those fresh eyes, okay, that excitement. It keeps your numbers up. So as you start working your way up the compensation plan, those new team members that have new fresh pools of people, right? They're reaching for that shooting star. They're reaching for that sensational start. It helps keep your numbers bumped up. They have new ideas. They have that fresh energy. Okay. And so it's good all around. So what do? The first thing that I do is I welcome them. Okay. I welcome them to the team. I make sure that I add them to the team page. Whether it's your team page, your superstar director's team page, however you guys do it, let them know what you use those pages for, show them around, make sure they know all the pertinent information they need to know. I shout them out on Facebook, and I always ask permission just in case. Hey, is it okay if I shout you out on Facebook? I tag them and say, you know, how excited. Not only is it good for your business, okay, and it's good for theirs, because some people are shy about it and they don't want to go announce to the world. I encourage them to announce it themselves, but also when you post on your Facebook and you tag them, it's showing all of your customers and all of your friends and family that you're growing a team. Okay, so it's a win-win for both of you. I send a welcome packet, and I brought one here. I have a new team member that I'm sending this out to tomorrow. I keep it super simple. You don't have to do this. You can do whatever simple version you want. I thought to myself, and mine have changed over the years, so don't spend all your time and energy. Don't spend tons of money. Don't spend tons of time doing this. But I've simplified it for myself, and now I have everything I need to make these up. I'll make like 5 or 10 of them at a time, so I can just go grab one, personalize it, and pop it in the mail for them as soon as they join. And I will show you really quick what I got these little Scentsy envelopes out of the family store. And what I thought about was, if I was brand new, what would be most helpful to me when I first started. Okay, I bulk order sample bags on Amazon. Okay, I get 1,000 at a box of 1,000, and I usually order like 2,000 or 3,000 at a time, and they come in packets of 100, right? So they get 100 sample bags, a crinkle cutter. Sorry about my lighting here, it's not great. A crinkle cutter. I order these in bulk, and I stick in a warmer of the month flyer just so they have one before theirs, if they order it before theirs comes, so they have that scent that month, and so they can show it to people. And anything that's pertinent for that month. So like this month, I added in the Harvest Collection brochure, just so she has one. So when she's showing her mom and her sister and her aunt and her friends at work, she has one that she can show people. I printed out on Canva, welcome to the A-Team, and like a little 1 through 5, like first steps: spread the word, open your kit live on social media, complete your first things first checklist, schedule your launch party. So it's just like a welcome, like what to do kind of thing. So that's something longer term out. Like if you want to make something like that, it's like just like a postcard. It's a bigger postcard. I have a magnet, a motivational magnet, team magnet. I like magnets. I bulk order those on Vistaprint when they're having a sale. And then the welcome, you're currently an essential consultant postcard. And last but not least, I print out, and they're super simple labels. Has her name, her phone number, and then her website. That way they're not fancy. Took me 30 seconds to print these out. Bam. They can make samples, they can label catalogs. I don't know what I saw a question pop up, but I don't know what it said. So it's just something nice. Like I said, it's to me, it's not fluff, because I'm intentional about it. They have stuff to make samples. and they can label their stuff. And so it's like, it takes that, they're not like wandering around Walmart looking for sample bags. Okay. They've got some sample bags to get them started. They'll have a bar that comes in their kit. So I keep it simple. I try not to overdo it. And the magnets that I do, like I said, I bulk order those from Vistaprint. And to me, it just kind of sets like the culture of our team. And that's something that you can think about. You're in charge of your culture. And this just says, I'll read you because this is like my favorite magnet ever. It says, "This girl." And if it's a guy, I mark it out and write "guy," just and like kind of laugh, hoping that he'll kind of think it's funny. It says, "She knows what she wants and she visualizes seeing it happen. Even though she doesn't know every step she needs to take, she isn't afraid to get started. She doses up on inspiration and positivity every day and believes that she will reach her goals. Whenever she has doubts or worries, she surrenders them and trusts that everything will work out in the right way at the right time. This girl is determined to make her dreams come true." To me, whether they stay with Scentsy for 10 years or for 10 days, I want to be an encourager. I want them to believe in themselves. So you are their sponsor. You are their person. You are there to encourage them. You are there to see something in them before they see it in themselves. Okay. That doesn't mean that you need to hold their hand. I need to hurry up because I've got lots of stuff written down. So let me jump around here. So to me, the number one thing is most people can figure things out if they really want to. For me, my number one job for my team members is to be their biggest cheerleader, to encourage them, and to connect with them. Okay, I'm there to answer questions. That doesn't mean that I have to know all the answers. I just have to be able to help them find it. The first thing that I do is ask them what their goals are, get to know them. It doesn't mean that you have to have a 3-hour conversation and know their like complete life history, but you need to know what they want out of their business. Do they want to make $50 a month? Do they want to make $500 a month? Are they doing this as a hobby? Are they wanting to grow this into a long-term business? One thing I want you to always keep in the back of your mind is that's going to change along the way. Okay. And that's where the connection comes in. And so it's kind of funny because a lot of my team members who've become directors started out as kidnappers. I started out as a kidnapper. So also don't believe everybody when they first tell you, "Oh, I'm just doing this, just to sell to myself." Okay, well, I'm going to show you how to sell to yourself, but I'm going to, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to encourage you so much, and I'm going to teach you how to believe in yourself so much that you're going to want to get more out of this business than you even knew was possible. That's what we hope happens, right? Let's see. Don't overwhelm them with information. Okay, it can be really overwhelming. And I tell my team members up front, okay, this is going to be like information overload for like the first 6 weeks. After that, you're going to have a million questions. Come to me. I'm your person. Ask me as many questions as you want. I tell them after the first 6 weeks or so, after they get their first order in, they kind of have done everything a time or two, it levels off after that. And then depending on what their goals are will be depending on how much, interaction you're going to have from there. But I try not to overwhelm from the beginning. I touch on key things and then I wait for their questions because everybody's strengths are different. Some people get on the workstation and they figure it out really quick. Others, you have to literally like walk them through step by step on what to click on. Okay. Let them kind of show you that. Your job as their sponsor is to help them reach their goals. You're not going to do it for them. Okay. But it's not the other way around. It's not their job to help you. You don't go recruit people and build a team with the sole goal of promoting yourself. Okay. The fastest way to hit your goals is to help your team members hit theirs. So when you find out what their goals are, that's what's going to help them the most. I take each new team member individually. I don't have an exact set way to do it, but I kind of walk them through the same path. They're the ones that dictate what they're going to need from me. I have a thing that's called, I do your move, my move. So they reach out to me, I reach out to them, I reach out, they reach, and we go back and forth, and there's that exchange. Okay. You can't drag them along. When you get a new team member, that doesn't mean that, like how Christine was talking about how your team can now become the fluff. You don't say, oh, I have this team member and now my whole business is devoted to making sure, you know, that they know every single thing there is to know about Scentsy. I match their energy. I'm available to them. I am a resource, just like the workstation is a resource. But guess what? If they never sign into the workstation, they're missing out on a huge resource, right? What if you recruit 10 people this month? Are you going to be able to track down 10 people and pull them along the whole way? So be a good sponsor, show up for them, make sure that they have what they need, they know where the resources are, but you can't spend all your time dragging them along. Don't let them become the fluff in your business, okay? They're independent business owners. And 10 years from now, you'll thank yourself for pouring your time into the people who are showing up for their business, okay? Show up for the ones that are showing up. So the first things that I touch on with them is consultant hand guide. I say, make sure that you read your consultant hand guide front to back. At least, I tell them to at least read the bullet points so they know what's in there. And I'm that person, if they come to me and it's something really easy, and I know it's in the consultant hand guide, and it's something I'm gonna have to go look up, I'll just tell them it's in your consultant hand guide. And it's not mean, and if they take it the wrong way, that's on them. You don't always have to give them the answer. You can tell them where the answer's at, okay? Workstation. I tell them, hop on your workstation, click around, you can't mess anything up, play around, and then let's schedule a phone call. Then we can dive in. Then I can walk you through setting up a party if you haven't figured it out. Then that's kind of where they'll say, okay, well, I figured this out, but what about this? And what about this? And that's your time. I get on my workstation while they're on there so we can click through together. And that way I don't forget anything. And so we do like a virtual workstation walk together. And that's always worked out really well for me. I tell them to pay close attention to the emails that Scentsy's sending them. There's so much information that Scentsy provides. And I stress the importance of the first things first checklist. It walks them through exactly what to do also. Now, you guys have access to all of that, okay, in the workstation. The workstation is like it is our main resource, right? Always will be. I've been in for 10 years. The workstation is still, and there's so much untapped information in there that we don't use and that we recreate the wheel all the time. So I wrote it down in here, if I can find it. Go to Scentsy Success, click on training, filter by topic, and there's a big thing that comes up that says new sponsors, okay? There's a lot of good information in there. The very first thing is the new consultant emails. It shows you exactly what the new consultant emails, like what your new consultant is going to get. So you can see what they're getting. The next one down is training for sponsors. If you click on that, there's like a whole bunch of sub tabs in there, but there's one in there that says new sponsor checklist. If you are a checklist person, that's a good place to start. Print that out, and then you can tweak it. You can mark things out that aren't important to you, and then you can add in what is important to you and create your own new sponsor checklist if you're that kind of like pen paper checklist person. The first things first checklist is on there, and then there's like 4 different videos. So again, Scentsy Success on the workstation, training, filter by topic, and then click for new sponsors, and all that stuff will pop up. Like amazing, great resource. All right, I've got like a couple more minutes. Shooting star, sensational start. Okay, I make sure they know exactly what both of those are. That's like the number 1 and 2 most important things of getting them started. I help them set up their first party, talk to them about the different types of parties, what's going to work for them based on their life, their job, their friends, their family, how they see people, how they interact with their people. I make sure I tell them they're not bothering me. It's my job as their sponsor to help them. I am their accountability partner. Okay, I'm arm in arm, we're walking this journey together. But they're also independent business owners, and I let them know up front. If you let them know that up front of, hey, here, these are my expectations, you're setting those boundaries. Okay. I'm just reading through to make sure I don't miss anything good that I wrote down. Key thing that you want to tell them right from the beginning, it's never too early for them to find their first team member. What? If somebody joins your team tomorrow because of this join special, guess what? You say, oh my gosh, guess what? You still have a week to go tell all your friends they can join your team and get the same special. And sometimes they freak out a little bit. They're like, but I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. You have a built-in accountability partner and you guys can learn together. Okay, I say, I'm here to help you, and then you'll help your new person. So it's never too early for your brand new team member to find their first new team member, because guess what happens when you get your first new team member? All of a sudden you have this feeling of responsibility to help somebody else, right? So then they dig in and they start learning a little bit more, and they get more interest and they get excited. And now them and their friend are like, hey, guess what? I made a new customer. Hey, guess what? I booked a new party. Hey, guess what I did? Hey, and they go back and forth, and there's that energy exchange, right? That flow. It's a game changer. Getting your first team member, getting a new team member. I'm 10 years in. I've recruited a whole bunch of people over my 10 years. Every single time I get a new team member, it's a game changer in some way. You're always one person away from completely changing the face of your business. Watch their numbers in the workstation. That way you can help them push for goals. They don't know what to look for like you do. Okay, so you know, certified is 1,000 PRV. You can watch that in there. They might not be seeing it as easily as you can see it. So if you're somebody that's brand new and you haven't really clicked around in there, go into your workstation, click on the reporting tab, click view my performance, start leadership report. That's where any of your team members are going to come up. You can click on their name. That's where you get their address, right, to send the their packet. And you can see all their numbers in there. There's also another column called choose visible column. That's when you can pull up their 70th day. You can pull up, there's a whole list of things in there that you can pull up so that you can dig in and help support them in hitting their goals. So my time is up. My last biggest piece of advice is, as a new sponsor, your biggest job is to be their encourager and to see something in them before they see it in themselves. That's what's going to keep them hooked into this business. Oh, and last thing I also forgot. If you recruit 10 people this month, one thing you can do is stick them all in a Facebook message together, and you train them like one person. They all ask questions. That way you're not answering 10 different questions 10 different times. You can just do it all at once. And our last person that's going to go is Miss Steffi Marlborough. So I'm going to hop off and let her hop on, if I can figure out how to get off of here. Steffi, are you there?
I am here. I can go ahead and mute you. I think Candy wanted the mic for just a minute or two, and then I'm going to bring it home and we're going to wrap this up and tuck everybody in on this Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. I didn't even think about that. Should have had tacos tonight. So me and Megan wanted to just pop on for another minute to give you one little extra opportunity. in conjunction with this call. And we need to do it before Steffi comes on so you have time to answer the call. Okay, so in general, I wanted to let you know that when people talk about why they stick around in this business for a really long time, you're going to see on the SSD panel here, probably anywhere from 9 years to 13 years from the speakers tonight. And one of the reasons is the people. That is really what keeps us around. And it's important that you surround yourself with the right people. We know that our businesses will rise if we're surrounded by those dreamers and pushers and those that want to rise with us. And so we have all been together, this SSD panel between yesterday and today, the 12 of us. We have been in a group together for the last 7 years. We all started as directors together. We've all grown up to SSD together. We've gone through highs and lows, but we've never lost sight of where we're going. And we never let each other, we never commiserated with one another. We always pushed each other. And that's what we want for you, because it's been so special for us. Sorry, Scarlett, stop, please. No, I'm on the phone right now. Sorry, 5. Oh, okay, I'll be there in a second. Sorry, 5-year-old. You're knocking on the door. I'm sorry. So we want that really special relationship for you guys too, because I promise it has been something that saved my business. I don't know if I would be here today without these people, these SSDs that that they aren't in my group, aren't on my team, but they are some of the most special people in the whole world to me. I don't think I would have hit annual mentor, annual sales, or earned top level trips. I don't know that I could have done that without them. And I want that for you too. We all do. So Meg's going to talk for a second too about that. But while she gets started, what we want you to do is in the comments over here, we're going to collect this afterwards. We want you to just write your name, because some of you, it says like iPhone or whatever. So go ahead and write your full name, write your email address, and write your title. Okay, and you're only going to do it if you want to be randomly put in a group with 10 or so others that are on this call. And if you're committed to what Megan's going to talk to you about. So you can go ahead and start doing that. And Megan's going to talk for a sec.
Hi, guys. So like Candy said, we have been in a group together for 7 years. I think it's even longer than that. It's been a long time. And just like she said, if I didn't have that group, I don't know if I would be here either. Like, it was so meaningful. And then we made bonds and we made friendships, and it was something really special. And so we're basically wanting to do that for you guys, kind of offer that to you, so that you, one, step outside your comfort zone, because you might be mixed with people that you don't know, and you might be mixed with people that you do know. But either way, you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're meeting like-minded people, and it's a place to grow together. And so it's crazy to look back when we were in our group together and how much we've grown since then. But truly, I couldn't have done it without them and that bond that we created. And it wasn't even just about growing. It was personal growth too, not just, these women, just for an example, were there throughout my entire divorce, right? That is something that's so hard to go through. And these people, these ladies, these women were here for me. Like, although, they might not have been in the same boat, right? They were there supporting me. And while I was still working my business and doing those things, and that's a scary time. And so like, I owe a lot to them. Like, I always think about it, I don't want to get emotional. So it's such a cool thing to have, though. It's sort of like boot camp, but not. Like, you just get this special bond where it's like, it's a place you guys can go and talk and be positive with one another and share ideas and what you're doing in your businesses. And it's also a place for comfort where you guys can do your own like Zoom work calls. And it's just really neat when you look back and see, oh my gosh, like so many things have changed. And it it's because of these people. And so we're going to kind of put you into groups, and we're not going to be part of it though. Like, we're going to make the group, get you in there, and then we're out. Like, and we'll make somebody an admin, and then we're kind of just going to go our own way, because it's going to be your own thing. Like, you don't need us. You guys are going to have you guys, and it's going to be really cool. Like, I really hope you guys embrace it, because it could be really, 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 really awesome. So I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, let me know, or Candy know, but I think you guys get the gist of it. Sort of just like a fun group for you guys to bond. Okay. Did I sum it up good enough? Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to screenshot some of this chat. Is that right, Candy? That's the best way to get all that information.
We'll get it we can pull it afterwards. We'll get the
Okay.
chat with the recording.
Got it. Thank you. Go ahead, Seffi. Sorry. Thank you so much.
All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead and try and bring us home. This topic might be a little like throwing it out there at the end, but that's all right. We'll roll with it, because what is the number one thing in our business that leads to everything? And that is sales, right? Everything starts with PRV, starts with sales. The higher your PRV is, the more people you're getting in front of, the more people that you're talking to, the more you're building your circle of connections, the more people you're following up with. And so tonight, though, I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about sharing. So I want to give you guys a couple of ideas that I have actually learned, probably more importantly, over the last 18 months since the world shut down on us and COVID. And I'm going to let y'all know, if you don't know me, I'm Steffi Malbrough, and I am an introvert. Don't know what my Enneagram number is. It's an introvert. And so what that means is I don't leave my house for not even Target. I don't go grocery shopping. I rarely go to Target. I take my kids to and from school. I work out from home, so I don't go to a gym. I just stay home. I am an introvert. So if you are like me, you can still be a superstar director in this business. And so I wanted to share some things with you guys tonight about sharing versus selling, because you will see a huge difference in your PRV month over month when you take the selling out and you go to sharing instead. So sorry, I'm getting distracted by my face not being on the big screen. All right, so I'm a true introvert. I realized first and foremost, though, as a consultant, I tried everything. And that is really important in this business, is that you try it all within Scentsy as far as how you get PRV. So I have been a consultant for over 10 years now. I have had seasons in my career where I was doing all events. I've had seasons in my career where I was doing basket parties, pouch parties, mailing them out local. I was doing home parties. I was doing fundraisers. I have tried everything and anything, and I was willing to find what I enjoyed doing. And when COVID happened, I knew that this was my opportunity to shine. I want to stay home, and I decided to bring my business completely online. And this was my opportunity to really like dig my heels in and make it work. So here's some ideas that I have for you when it comes to sharing on sharing Scentsy. Today is a perfect example. What happened outside of Taco Tuesday? What happened today for everybody else, especially in the US and Canada? Pumpkin spice latte. Am I right? At Starbucks. Now, I have not seen a single person on social media, whether it's been on Facebook, whether it's been on Instagram, posting Starbucks corporate flyer or their ad promoting PSL coming out, right? I've seen your selfies. I've seen you guys in the drive-through line. I've seen your hand shot holding it. I've seen your pumpkin spice in your car cup holder. I've seen you sharing. And so when you think of Scentsy in that way, of selfies, of your hand holding a bar, of a warmer in your kitchen, that is sharing. Every single one of you today was, for the most part, every single one of you today was sharing Starbucks. You weren't selling me on Starbucks, but you were sharing Starbucks. And so many of you were finding something to connect over today, whether you got it hot, whether you got it iced, whether you're like my 13-year-old and got it with cold foam. However it was, today was pumpkin spice latte today, and you all were sharing it. You guys could have been selling it, but you guys were sharing the product for another company. And that's the exact same approach that we should do with Scentsy. A couple of examples that I want to give you guys when it comes to sharing your products is start to get uncomfortable with getting uncomfortable. I want to see you guys start going live, unboxing your whiff box. If you get those, unboxing your Scentsy Club. If you are somebody who doesn't like to be in front of the camera, flip it around. Have it be so that you're like me right now, sitting crisscross applesauce at your kitchen, at your dining room table. Have the camera facing out to my hands where my laptop is, and just unbox your whiff box. Show off all the contents, explain the value to it, what you paid as far as retail goes versus the product value that was inside of it. Show off your Scentsy Club, explain, always get my bar, get your kids involved, have them sharing, doing a sniff session. I remember, and customers still bring it up to me. Do you remember when you asked Ava what, I don't even remember the fragrance was, but you asked her to sniff it and then give a review, and Ava said that it smelled like scissors? People remember that. Get your kids involved if you have them, get your spouse involved if you have them. They don't have to be on camera, but have them sniff it and pick up their audio, but get into the habit and the routine of sharing your personal 6-pack, of sharing your whiff box, of sharing your Scentsy Club. If you're a brand new consultant and you signed up for the scent warmer of the month for the very first time, share that. But get into the habit of showing it, whether it's a styled photograph, whether you are going on Instagram stories, my personal favorite, or Facebook stories, or you're going live in your VIP page. Get into the habit of starting to share. I promise you, it gets easier over time. Another one is start to share your home styled. I have a customer, and I will spare you the nickname that I have for her in case somebody happens to record this and it goes up on Instagram and she sees it. But I have a particular customer, and when I take a picture of any particular warmer in my home and it is posted on social media, within minutes, I receive a text message from her saying, "Where'd you get the cake stand? What's that thing next to it? Where did you buy that? Where did you get, the faux flowers? Where did you get?" Your customers, your Scentsy fans are looking to you for home decor advice. Whether you want to take on that title and wear that hat with authority, you guys are, for many people, an expert, or at least dabbling in home decor, home fragrance. And so they're looking to you for ideas. Now, I'm currently watching my 8-year-old over on YouTube in front of me, eating out of a bag of veggie straws. The garbage is overflowing. I see organic marshmallows, that's a thing, sitting next to her. But over, just another foot over, there's gorgeous styled photo opportunity for me right there. If I just push Ella out of the way and push the organic marshmallows out of the way, I have an opportunity to take a photo right then and there of, I'm looking at 2 ginger pots and I'm looking at a Nightmare Before Christmas mini warmer, and I could have the perfect photo and y'all would have no idea that Ella's over there chowing down on veggie straws. Okay. So get in the habit of pushing the crap out of the way, taking photos. And when I say taking photos, I mean take photos. Every single angle, up, down, to the side, to the left, to the right, pull in another decor piece, something else that's across the way. Somebody doesn't need to know that that's not what your kitchen currently looks like, but snap those photos. And when you go to share them, when you go to post them, save some for a rainy day. So if you were to go on my Instagram, Steffi Malborough, you could see take a stand warmer posted probably 5, 6, 7, 8 times, different angles. Seasonally different. I am so sorry. My sister is texting me. You could see all sorts of take a stand posted differently throughout the seasons, because the warmer may stay, but the decor is changing because it's Halloween, because it's fall, because it's summer, because it's Valentine's Day. And I pulled out some pink, XO blocks. So snap lots of pictures, save them for a rainy day. So you always have content in your camera roll to go ahead and post. But save those for a rainy day. And also know that every single, well, maybe not all of us, but I'll speak for myself and say that there's always crap in the background. So just know that the majority of us superstar directors up here tonight, we're just pushing away the stuff. When you see me post a picture of Ava, my 13-year-old's bedroom, Her bed is not made. I am taking her baby blanket and pulling it as tight as I can on her queen size bed to make it look like that's the sheet or the comforter that's tucked in. It's her baby blanket. It is not her comforter. It is not her beddies. It is not any of her blankets or her sheets. It is just styled to look that way when I'm taking a picture of Spider-Man or Mickey or Hulk or whatever other products that she currently has in her bedroom. So I want you to get into the habit of taking lots of photos, saving them for a rainy day, going live on your stories, going live on Instagram, going live on your VIP page, and start sharing your products. Take a day, do a day in the life of you. For me, that could look like waking up, and once the girls are off to school, I need to run DJ RoboVac, my vacuum, and then I need to mop my floors. Some of you, let me get some show of hands or in the comment box. How many of you have I sold a mop to? If y'all follow me on Instagram, you know that I love my O-Cedar spin mop. And I know that there is quite a few of you who've purchased an O-Cedar spin mop because you've seen it on my Instagram stories and you've seen me mop my floors with our all-purpose cleaner. I share that. I then will go wipe down our kitchen counters. There'll be peanut butter on there for making lunches in the morning. So then on my stories, I will be showing me using a reusable cloth and our all-purpose and our counter clean, wiping up peanut butter and showing how effortless that is. I could be up into the bathroom later that day and cleaning the bathtub. And in Florida, we have really hard mineral water. So there's like red stains within a couple of days, right? And so I'm showing off using our bathroom cleaner and how well that it suds, or I'm in the hallway showing off our lit wall fan diffuser, turning off the lights in the hallway so that people can see how dark the hallway is because there's no windows, but how much light that mini warmer lights off. So I want you to get into the habit of sharing Scentsy, not selling it. We're not going on Facebook. We're not going on Instagram anymore and saying, hey, I'm closing out a party tonight. Who wants to get in? We're not posting a flyer of Looney Tunes and saying, this is dropping Monday. Who wants this? That's selling. And I bet if you go back into your photo album from when you were a child and saw yourself at Universal Studios or had your picture taken with Bugs and Daffy, if you posted that throwback picture with a caption about our new partnership with Warner Brothers and Universal and use that photo in conjunction with Scensy's flyer so that they can see the image, you will have far more interaction. It's a picture of you. It's a picture of you from 30 years ago. It's a personal photo that any other consultant doesn't have. But we have to get into the habit of sharing instead of just utilizing what everybody else is using, which is flyers from the workstation, which is consultant made graphics. You have to make it you. That leads me into not sharing corporate flyers. If you don't have to, I remember a couple of years ago, we came out with Buzz and Woody. And when I think of Toy Story, I think of Buzz and Woody hanging off of the back of the truck, right? And so what did I do when I got my hands on Buzz and Woody? I took a hair tie, tied their hands together and hung it off the back of my Jeep because I don't have a truck. I took a picture of that. You have no idea how many Buzz and Woodies I sold from that photo. My customer base didn't have an interest when I was sharing the corporate flyer because that's all we had to go off of when I was initially working on my pre-order list. But when I took the time to come up with an idea and post my own personal photo, that's when I got bites. Same with Simba. I remember that was also the same thing too. I had a picture from when we were in Disney World and one of my girls had their picture taken. Those speak to your customers. They can relate to that. They're thinking back to a time when they met Simba or when they saw The Lion King or when they saw Toy Story or what they're remembering when they were in Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios. Use your own photos. Whether you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt and we're rolling out something new for Star Wars, and so it's not the warmer that you have on you, but you have apparel or you had your pictures taken with a Jedi. Share that first. And then the corporate flyers second. It's catchier. People will watch it. And you're sharing a little bit about you. You're sharing about Scentsy instead of going for the sale. When people get to know you through you sharing your life, a day in the life of you, mopping your floors, wiping down your countertops, taking the dog outside who's coming in with muddy paws and you're cleaning up the floors. When people start to get to know you through your authentic self, from being on Instagram stories, from being on Facebook, from sharing a little snippets and a peek into your life, they start to know you. they start to like you, and they start to trust you. When it comes to your scent recommendations, when it comes to warmers in your home, when it comes to decor, because they can relate to what you are sharing in your own home. So many of your customers will turn to you for decor advice, for anything from rug help. I've helped with rugs. I've helped with couch pillows. I've helped with kickstands. I've helped with all sorts of things because my customers start to see what my home decor taste is. I can't clearly not showing off much right now. I'm waiting for the harvest collection to drop before I fill up the hutch, but they start to take you as somebody who knows a thing or two about home decor trends, based off of just the catalog and the warmers that we currently have out, since he's always spot on with trends. And so you look like somebody who has a voice and has a say and kind of knows what's in, just based off of what's inside our catalog pages. So lean into that. Share bits of your home. Share what products you are using in your car. Share what your husband has in his office at work. Share, your favorite scent in the morning. So many of you guys are spraying your bed every morning, or for me, I'm spraying our shower curtain with Scentsy Fresh, but share that. People start coming around and asking you about what your favorite fragrance is, what you are going to be purchasing from the Harvest catalog, what you're excited to see, what you want to get your hands on. People start to know you, like you, and trust you when you open them up into your home, when you open them up into your life, and when you're not just using consultant-made flyers, consultant-made graphics, or anything that is posted on our workstation underneath the marketing tab. Share you. There's a reason why they started buying from you in the first place. This is the reason why they're going to choose to stay and continue to stick with you as their consultant, because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So I had a challenge for you guys tonight. I want you, if you have not, I want you to take a photo of your notes, of your screen if you want to screenshot it, of anything. It could be your pup snuggled up next to you right now on the couch while you guys have Bravo on in the background on mute while you're sitting here on the Zoom. That would be me. But I want you guys to share that. I want that to be your first post tonight. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on your team page, tag your upline SSD, tag one of us if you guys are going to do it publicly on your Facebook wall or on Instagram stories, but share that you were here tonight, that you showed up, you're ready to level up this fall, whether you share something that inspired you, whether something that was an aha moment for you, whatever the case may be, but people are watching you. They know you, they like you, they trust you. And so let them see this snippet into your life that within Scentsy, we show up for training. Within Scentsy, we all want the best for each other. Within Scentsy, there's no competition. And so I want you to start with sharing tonight that you were here. What was your takeaway? What did you learn? What are you going to overcome this fall? What is your goal? What is your affirmation? What are you choosing to speak into existence? We want to see it. Tag one of us, tag your upline SSD. I want to see it. So I think that might be just about it. But we are in the business of sharing. We're sharing our products. We're sharing our passion. We're sharing the opportunity to join us. And there's really no price tag on financial freedom, on flexibility, on friendship. And so when there's no price tag on those things, we've got to kick the selling out. No more posts of I'm placing an order, who wants in? No more posts about, this is dropping Monday. I know you want it. Share a story that goes with it. Share a funny memory, a trip, share how you're going to use it, share where it's going in your house, push the stuff aside, snap a picture, share on your stories. But when we start to share and give people a sneak peek into our life, then they'll start to know us, they'll start to like us, and they'll start to trust us. And in return, they'll start to offer referrals to you as well. So we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in tonight. I know it was late. If you have teammates who were not able to catch it on live, it's recorded. Andy is going to be the one who will get it uploaded to YouTube within the next couple of days. So have patience and grace with her. But we are so incredibly thankful for every single one of you who showed up and tuned in. I am going to not close out this window though, just to make sure that Candy and Megan had an opportunity to grab all the names. So if you see 1 or 2 SSD lingering around, it's probably because they're trying to snag names. So I want to thank you guys for showing up. Let's level up this fall. We're so excited that you guys hopped on. I know that the evening is predominantly for me in particular. This is family time. So the fact that you guys came, took time out of your life to spend it with us means the world to me, means the world to your SSD. And the reason why we continue to show up is because you guys continue to show up. So can't wait to see you guys level up this fall. We appreciate you guys for being here, and let's wrap up August and have the best gosh darn September, October, November, fall, winter catalog season that we have ever had, that we turn around and be like 2020, what? Like, let's just blow this out of the water. I've heard Scentsy mumble it, a $1 billion year, and I want it to be confidently said that we are having a $1 billion year. So I'm in. I hope you guys are in too. And we'll see you. I'll see you on Facebook and on Instagram, sharing Scentsy, not selling Scentsy. So have a good night, guys. Thank you.